Thank you for choosing Modernfold for your operable partitions. This video will highlight the basic procedures for operation of the system. If you are in need of further training for your operable walls, please contact Powers Products at 303-791-1010. Wall setup. Grab the first panel with two hands to initially begin the setup. It will glide smoothly in the track. Be sure not to rock the panels from side to side, as there is risk that the panels can damage the adjacent ceiling finishes. The panels are hinged together in pairs, and as you initiate movement with the first panel, the two panels will start to unfold into the center line of the track. Once you've initiated the movement, release your hand from the hinged side of the panels to ensure that your fingers are not pinched as the panels unfold into alignment. Also note that at the trail end of each pair of panels, there is a metal bar that protrudes from the panel at about 2 feet off of the floor. Be sure when setting up the wall that you pull each pair of panels out far enough, 5 or 6 inches, before starting to unfold them. Otherwise, there is risk that this bar will scrape against the face of the panels that are stacked behind it. After the panels are unfolded, slide them gently down the track and slowly align the lead edge of the first panel with the fixed wall jamb. Once they are aligned, give the wall a solid push and the top seal will set in place. Follow this same procedure with the next pair of panels. Line up the bottom seal rods as panels number 3 approaches panel number 2. Again, give it a solid push at this time. You will notice that this deploys the bottom seals on panels number 1 and number 2 and the top seals on panels number 3 and number 4. These seals ensure that the partitions provide the desired level of acoustic privacy, and they also give the wall its rigidity. Unfold the final pair of panels. Align panel number 5 with panel number 4. You'll note that there is a recessed handhold in the face of panel number 6. You'll want to place your right hand in this handhold and your left hand on the face of the panels. Be sure not to have your left hand around the edge of the lead panel. Give the panels a solid push forward, and this will deploy the top seals on numbers 5 and number 6 and the bottom seals on number 3 and number 4. Again, make sure that your fingers are clear from that lead edge when you're giving that push into the panel number 4 from panel number 5. You'll then need to use your Modernfold crank handle tool. There are 2 Allen key holes in the face of panel number 6. With the Modernfold crank handle, turn the top one to the right to extend the expandable nose on panel number 6 into the fixed wall jamb. This will tighten up the seal between all panels and the jambs at the end of the wall. Next, turn the bottom one to the right to extend the bottom seal on panel number 5 and number 6. In both cases, be sure not to overextend. As soon as you receive gentle resistance, you should stop turning the crank handle. At this time, you should note that there are fine line vertical joints between each panel. The panels should be tightly sealed together, both on the vertical joints as well as at the bottom seals and the top seals. Now, to initiate takedown, you'll want to start by raising the bottom seal on panel number 6, again using the Modernfold crank handle by turning it to your left. Next, retract the expandable nose using the crank handle, again by turning it to your left. Once these seals are up, grab the recessed handle with your left hand and place your right hand on the face of panel number 6. Make sure you do not have your right hand around the edge of panel number 6. Give the panels a solid push back toward the wall jamb, which will disengage the panels, and it will lower the top seal. Be sure that this top seal lowers before you begin folding the panels together, as it can damage the ceiling if it does not. Next, you'll notice a tab just above the bottom seal rod on panel number 4. Using your finger, lift this metal tab and it will release the bottom seal on these panels. Be sure that your hands and legs are not in front of the bottom seal bar when you do this, as it will extend out of the panel very fast when you pull up on the tab. You can now pull back on panel number 4. As you move this pair toward the stored position, again make sure that the panels are level as you begin to fold them, and be mindful of the bottom seal rod protruding from the face of panel number 4 as you start getting close to the panels that are already in the stored position. You'll want to make sure that this rod does not come into contact with the face of that stored panel. You'll then repeat the above step for the final pair of panels, and your takedown will be complete. Your Modernfold Encore paired panel system is designed to provide both space flexibility and a high level of acoustic privacy. We recommend annual or semi-annual planned maintenance on your operable partition depending on use. These are very heavy systems with many moving parts, and depending on usage, this maintenance will go a long way toward ensuring that the system operates as it was intended for many, many years. Again, please don't hesitate to contact the service department at Powers Products at 303-791-1010 or email service@powersproducts.com if we can assist in any way.
Did you bring one of the Wonder Sponges out?